We can't take down an overweight black girl's half-nude photo and leave up skinny white girl photos and just call one breaks a rule and one doesn't. What rule does it break? The pro-racism rule? Is it on? Is this thing on? Is it? It's been a while since I made one of these, hey guys? Is this even balanced? Like, I actually think it is balanced, but the problem is that we're in an awkward corner. So it makes everything just look like, you guys wanna have a talk? Have the tea? I use loose leaf tea, so I don't have actual tea bags. I understand how tea works, okay? I don't need tea lessons in the comments. Unless you want to give me, I don't know, tea tips. I do like tea. Do you guys like tea? Anyways, that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about tea. We're talking about the tea. It's not a very sexy conversation, but we're gonna have a little bit of fun with it. It's censorship. Oof.
Let's talk about censorship, Babs. That's fun.
This is a good use of my time. Let's talk about censorship.
This is actually really, really important because there's a big change going on social media applications. And it's starting to affect a lot of accounts. Selective censorship. We are experiencing right now in social media censorship that applies to the few. It's discriminatory censorship. A number of you might have seen that article about Instagram. I'm gonna mute this. So perhaps some of you heard the story about the Instagram girl who posted a photo of her, mostly nude, holding her boobs. And her video was removed for violating guidelines, adult sexuality guidelines. And this is where all of these censorship issues are coming in as it relates to adult sexuality. Her argument is that there are thousands of Instagram models who post photos like that all the time, but they happen to be skinny and white, and Instagram doesn't have a problem with it. But I'm not really an Instagram professional. I'm more of a TikTok guy. There's some people who are really pissed off and really upset, and it starts to infringe on free speech and expression and creativity in a lot of ways. Because there's people who make some really fun, really interesting, potentially edgy content that are being silenced, while other people are making edgier content that's more sexual, that's just. So I want to show you guys a couple of interesting examples of this. Pepperoni Joe. The issue that he's currently having is that, so he posted a video where he sort of stick bugs you, he sort of rickrolls you in a way into a video where it's like him shaking his ass. And so he's an adult guy. Pepperoni Joe, if you see this, no offense, but you're not like the hottest guy in the world. Like, you know, you're just, sorry. Clearly he's not a model. He's not shaking his ass to be like sexy. It's as a joke. It's part of his comedic styling. It wasn't his bare ass. He was wearing underwear that he had pulled up. And he was just kind of like, with his underwear pulled up. You couldn't see anything. You couldn't see like his balls or anything. It was just like, and you know what? He actually has a decent ass on him. This got pulled down at 3 million likes. This one got him really fired up. So he went on a little bit of a tirade to try and demonstrate the injustices in this. In doing so, he ended up posting examples of people who were doing what he did, but way worse. And some people whose entire channel was built around sexualizing this action, right? So we're talking about girls in G-strings shaking it, right? We're talking about girls doing like the WAP dance in absolutely no clothes whatsoever, dancing like total strippers. No offense, but I'm not saying I have an issue with this. I think that dance is a little aggressive for children to do. That's my opinion. I'm getting at the double standard that's involved in this. The fact that there's some people who can and some people who can't. Some people who are doing it much worse and getting away with it, and some people who are doing low-key versions but being immediately scolded, and to the point where people's accounts are being deleted. And that is not fair. The most iconic example that Pepperoni Joe gave us, he duetted a girl doing the same thing he did, but more sexualized, like less clothes, thong, right upper ass, the whole thing. His video duetting her doing that got removed for adult sexuality and nudity. It got removed because the video he was making comments on was too sexual for TikTok. But they left the original video up. Oh, it's just me, it's discrimination, they're picking on me, they're bullying me. You can talk about that type of stuff until you're blue in the face. Well, you didn't quite do what they did. Like, you sort of did, but it was a little different. He was using the exact video. There was nothing lost in translation. Deleted on his account, remains on hers. And that's a big issue. The last example that I'm going to give you, also Pepperoni Joe. So you're gonna see a trend here. It's clear that TikTok is flagging his account specifically. They're singling him out as a person that they feel is bad for the platform, which is another discussion altogether. And we'll talk about that at a later date. If you guys are interested in digging into that a little bit more, let me know, because I also have lots of opinions and a couple of videos about that as well, where they are literally just trying to weed certain people out. For example, OnlyFans. If you have an OnlyFans right now on your TikTok, you're in a bit of trouble. They're deleting accounts. I have a few examples of that. And they're deleting your link trees that have OnlyFans in it. And Instagram might be heading that way too. So if you guys want to talk about OnlyFans or accounts being deleted, let me know in the comments. With Pepperoni Joe, it's very much that, like, you know, he's an adult, right? He's a dude in his 30s. And therefore he's not allowed to do the same things that other people are allowed to do, which is age discrimination. It's another form of discrimination, right? Or attractiveness. When Christian Hancher posts a lewd video, that's totally okay.
Oh, this is beautiful. We like this.
But someone else who's not as attractive does the exact same thing, and it's like, this needs to be off the app. This is disgusting. We cannot allow this. The rules are not the same for everybody. And this isn't just a TikTok issue. This is clearly an Instagram issue. I'm guessing it's a YouTube video, or a YouTube issue rather. I'm new here, so I don't really know a lot about the injustices that occur as far as the consistencies of rules on the platform. But I do know that it is a problem across all social media right now. People are feeling singled out, and it's a problem. It's something that we need to figure out. So what do you guys think about this? Like, do you think this is fair? Do you have any examples? Like, have you had anything taken down that shouldn't have been, when you know that there's somebody doing the same thing but worse? Let me know. I'd be really curious to see. And hopefully this gets fixed in the future. Deuces.